CST, live on Facebook and YouTube. Join us as we discuss pertinent issues that relates to you and I with your host, Alinko. You're listening to the Progressive Mind Show, your number one community building show in the world. Every Wednesday, 6 to 8 p.m. CST, live on Facebook and YouTube. Join us as we discuss pertinent issues that relates to you and I with your host, Alinko.
Well, everyone, welcome to the Progressive Mind Show. This is Sena, aka Alinko. Here is where we build our community through dialogue, and we are on this brilliant, wonderful episode, which is finding the balance. This is where we connect Africa and the diaspora. Today, we have an awesome special guest in our midst. We're going to be going into why we're here today is connecting the diaspora with Wode Maya, the one and only African king. He calls himself the village boy, the Ghana boy, all of that we're going to try and disclose today. But again, I'd like to welcome you all to the Progressive Mind Show. We're live right now on Facebook and on YouTube. We ask you to share the feed if you're watching us so that we can pass this message of connecting the diaspora. We can spread this message of connecting the diaspora because this is absolutely the time to do so. So I would definitely be going to our guest. Before I do so, please bear with us while we take this short break. When we come back, the show with Wode Maya, the Ghana boy, the village boy, and the one and only famous, most popular YouTuber in Ghana and in Africa. He shall be on very soon. We shall be right back. Welcome back, but we're going to be going to the show right away. Give us one more moment while we take this short break. When we come back, the show will continue with Wode Maya. Well, we are back to the show, and this afternoon we are glad to have in our midst this phenomenon, this sensation of Africa, who is changing the narrative when it comes to the reputation of the continent. Once again, good afternoon, good evening to those sorry about that feedback, but good afternoon again to folks in the diaspora, and good evening to folks on the continent of Africa. Welcome to the Progressive Mind Show. Today, our topic is Diaspora Connect, and we will be discussing with this fine man, Mr. Wode Maya. He is our exclusive guest for this afternoon tonight's show. He is a very influential YouTuber, social media influencer in Ghana and on the continent of Africa. He is also the founder of Africa to the World. We will not do too much talking, but we will have him introduce himself. We want to know why it is very important for diasporans to network and connect with Africa. So without much ado, we want to go straight to the guest for this afternoon, Wode Maya. Sir, again, before the show, I was literally admiring your work and the vision that you have. You're welcome to the Progressive Mind Show.
Thank you so much for having me. And I would say that was such a brilliant intro, man. I never knew I have all these titles until today. But anyway, thank you so much for welcoming me. And I really appreciate you. And I'm humbled to be here today.
No, thank you. We are humbled to have you because you have shown, with your work and your vision that the reputation that Africa has in the West, it's not necessarily what it is.
Exactly.
We would like to know what it took for you to even begin this journey. I know you are from Ghana. Ahikofi is where you were born. You are also a trained or a skilled aeronautical engineer, right?
Yeah.
Tell us how it all started for you in Ghana and how you ended up in China, briefly.
I was born and raised in Ahinkofi, Sekendi Takrady, the western region of Ghana, and I had an opportunity to study abroad. That is going to China for the first time. I went to China as a young boy who never knew anything, so I was literally learning and also educating myself when I was in China, and that is where I would say that I discovered myself and what I'm capable of doing. So basically, whatever I'm doing right now, I would say that everything started from China, because for me, when I was in Ghana, I never knew anything. I will tell you that I never even knew I was black until I got to China. I never knew that I'll be able to use the internet to reach out to a lot of people until I got to China. So basically, I was in China sharing my experience as a black man living in China. But at some point in time, I realized that my videos were making an impact in China, to the extent that I was seeing and meeting Africans that are coming to China because of my videos. And I was like, you know what? I can't be in a country where it's not mine and people are coming. I can make same impact in Africa. And that is why I moved to the continent Africa. And I didn't come here to tell people to come back. I did not. That was not the main intention. My main intention was to change the narrative, because I was tired of how my colleagues in China see me, my people that are not from Africa, the way they see me as a black man. They see me that, no, I'm not capable of anything. They see you as a lesser human being and all of that. I mean, I went through all of that way back in China. So I decided that, you know what, I want to come back home and then just tell the people that this is not who we are, and Africa got a lot. During my journeys in Africa, I realized that Africans themselves don't even know each other. So why am I even trying to tell the whole world that Africa is this? Whilst I can narrow my message for Africans to tell them, you know what, this is who we are. We need to come together as one. And I realized that, you know what, a lot of Africans that watch me are actually in the diaspora. If I check my analytics on YouTube, I realize that all the people have been away for so long. They don't know what's going on in Ghana. They don't know that, okay, there's a change happening, that they can also take part in it. And when I discovered that, I was like, you know what, it's time to follow Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey said that Africa belongs to Africans in the diaspora and Africans at home. So I had to narrow my message, instead of Africa to the world, telling the whole world about how beautiful Africa is. But I wanted to narrow my message to Africans that, you know what, it's time for you all to come back home and develop the motherland and take part in the change that is going on the continent.
That is that brilliant vision, man. But what would make a young man who is very intelligent and has shown gain the opportunity to study in China? I heard that you were very frustrated when you got bounced at the UK embassy.
Yeah. That was a funny story. I wanted to leave Ghana so badly because when I was growing up, all I knew was to make it in life, you have to go abroad.
Okay.
So I wanted to go abroad too. So when UK bounced me, I'm like, you know what? Whether UK likes it or not, I have to leave this country. So that is when China came into the scene, and I got a chance to go to China. But right now, if you even tell me that you go USA, I should come UK, I don't think I would trade that for anything. I'd rather choose to stay in Africa than anywhere in the world.
So you made it to China. Now let's get into your background a little bit.
Exactly.
You were born in Ayinkofe, Sekendi. Sekendi, we know, is on the west part of Ghana, in the western.
Exactly.
And we know we know that stowaway is very prevalent in Sekendi due to economic hardships.
Exactly.
Now, growing up as a young person, how would you say your economic status for the economic status for your parents were they like well-to-do, take care of you, take you to the best schools, or were you struggling like most kids in Ghana, Africa, and specifically in that part of the country, Sekendi?
I would say that I'm not coming from a rich background. I'm coming from a home that even when I was in school, I had torn uniforms. I was not, Uncle Sam bag, the rice bag.
Yeah.
That's the bags that I was taking to school. So literally, I'm not coming from a rich background, but it never crossed my mind to, partake in stowaway. Like, it never crossed my mind. But for me, I believe that I was very intelligent, and because even going to school without anything, we're still performing the way a first class student needs to perform.
Right.
So I think we got that from my dad. So all of us were like, pushing, because even though you're still brilliant in school. So that can encourage you to go to class more often. And from there, that is when after high school, I felt like I didn't go to the best high school in Ghana. And I don't think I have to stay here. I just want to get out. That was what is in my mind, brother.
You said you got that from your father. So we assume that your father is a very smart man.
Very.
Is he still alive, perchance?
Not yet. I'm saying not yet. No, not anymore.
Right,
yeah, he passed away in 2017.
Oh, sorry to hear that, bro. Sorry to hear that. How many siblings do you have?
I have 4 siblings right now, together with 5. 1 girl and then 4 boys. Yeah.
Are you the oldest?
No, I'm actually the 3rd one.
Okay, the 3rd, and then so the rest are in Ghana, or they've also traveled outside.
So my senior brother was in Europe, and I booked his tickets to come back to Africa. So he's in Africa right now.
Because Wode Maya has made it. Okay, so you all come home. Yeah,
it's not like you all come home. It's just like there's nothing over there for you. So you better come here and let's make it happen on the continent. So that's one thing that I did, because I want my message to be authentic. I don't want a situation that I'll be here telling people to come back home and my family lives abroad.
Right.
No.
You see, you speak so boldly of the fact that you can make it in Africa, and the opportunities in Africa, but the regular folks may hear you and say, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. Why? Because of what we were just talking about, the stowaway, right? Look at the number of people that will risk their lives, to come to the West, and we're still seeing it today. So what makes you, at what point in time did you believe that Africa is the place to make it?
Let me tell you something. When I moved to China, I never thought of returning back to the continent. I thought I'm gonna stay there, married there. I was even dating a Chinese woman, married there, live my best life. That's it. Until I got here. Trust me, the system is built in Europe to favor. The system is built in the Western world to favor the Western people, not Africans that are going there. You can be in Africa and be a million. Sorry, you can be in Africa and be a millionaire, but you can't be in in Asia or somewhere in the West and be. There are few people that are making it, but if we can be truthful to ourselves, you hardly see Africans making it big out there. Being an entrepreneur and then doing everything by yourself.
Okay.
What I realized when I came back here is that Africa is still developing.
Okay.
And most of the Africans living in here have a wrong, a wrong approach.
Okay.
A wrong approach of solving issues. Yeah.
Okay.
Here, the kind of education that we had: go to school, look for a job, and then buy a house, buy a car, and get married. But no one is teaching us that we can create jobs around us. No one is teaching us that, okay, that farming, you can start a farm and make fortune out of it. No one is telling us that we can start a poultry farm and make a lot of money out of it. My brother, it's easy to buy land if you go to rural areas. I'm not talking about buying lands in Accra. You can't farm anywhere in Accra because the capital city. But if you go to Takrady, you can, even outskirts of Accra, you can get cheaper lands to buy and start up your own businesses. But this is the situation that so many Africans don't fancy things like that.
So
we all,
no, you're making a solid point. And so is the educational system in Africa.
Thank you.
Yes, that has caused this, and I like that we've already jumped into the connecting diaspora to Africa conversation already. But I wanted us to set ourselves up there. But I hear your passion, right? For the promotion of Africa, the excellence of Africa, and so. But I still want to know more about you, and our audience will also want to know who this phenomenon guy is, who this sensational guy is, and so you coming from a very humble background.
Exactly.
You always knew that you were a smart kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Did your parents also realize? I mean, of course they will. They are your parents. When they realized the exceptional intelligence that you had. Did they try to push you to what they had seen you possess, or they tried to channel you through another course?
They just wanted you to be an engineer, and that's it.
They wanted you to be an engineer, okay? Because they saw the talent in you.
Exactly. No, okay. I mean, it's not like they saw the talent in me. They want that courses. Like my junior brother is a doctor. He's here to finish school. He's a doctor. My two senior brother, one of them is a software engineer, and the second one is also an agric engineer. And then me as an aeronautical engineer. My parents just wanted that name, that my son is an engineer, to the extent that even when I started creating YouTube videos, my dad was extremely mad at me.
Wow.
Do you understand? He was extremely mad at me. So I'm just trying to tell people that this is the system in Africa, man. We have a wrong education. Our parents don't see what we can do when we are kids. If you can see that your son or daughter can do this, let him do it. But they don't, because they want all of us to be doctors and engineers and the rest.
Yeah, it's just the class mentality that we have, and so we don't place value on the other skill set and talents and the giftings that has been embedded in each individual, and so that is a very, I'll say, wrong approach to parenting. That is something that Africans deal with, and so I'm very glad that you brought that up. Looks like people are trying to call you already. Okay, let's see. This one, I think I may know who this person. We're not open yet, but caller, tell us why you're calling and your name, please.
Hi.
Hello.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Perfect.
Oh, awesome.
Yes.
My name is Belinda. I'm calling from Arizona.
Okay, Arizona. Yes. No, Linda, do you have a special message for this sensation here, our guest today?
Yes. Hi, Maya. I love your YouTube channel. I know you're all about promoting Africa and encouraging, African Americans to come back home. And my question is, for those of us who don't have, family in Africa, how do you get started?
Okay. I think that's a very brilliant question, even though we haven't gotten there yet. Look, this show, no, it's fine. This show, the Progressive Mind, is a community building show. It's made for us, right? The community, so we can come together and talk about these things. So we don't necessarily keep to scripts and formalities. We just go with the flow. So we're gonna go with your flow, okay? All right. Exactly. So we have Wode respond to that.
Okay. So how do you start someone who doesn't have a family in Africa? I always tell people that don't just pack your stuff and say that I'm moving to Africa. don't make that mistake. There are people who do it, but before you do that, make sure you have somebody on the ground. All right. I would say that first of all, come visit. I mean, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month.
Yeah.
And within that 2 weeks, 1 month that you're gonna be here, you're definitely gonna meet people in here. And I always tell people that make sure you meet the right people. It's very, very important. I think I had a meeting with the director of the Diaspora Affairs that this is my biggest worry about the diaspora moving back here, but they don't meet the right people, and at the end of the day, they get duped. People take advantage of them and all of that. Yeah, and this is my problem. So I think from the president's office, this is my a problem that I went there to address, and they're gonna work on it very soon. I'm gonna do an interview with them for them to get us the right people that we need to reach out to when we get to the country. So I would say, first of all, if there's so much information on the internet right now, try to reach out to content creators in the country that you want to visit. Yeah, through those content creators, you can meet the right people. You know, believe me, it's not magic. When you come here, you cannot just come and say that I'm coming to live my best life. If you want to move, you need people to help you out. It's a must. And when you're coming, make sure you keep in touch with the right people. One, people who are also in the diaspora that move back, they will understand you more than those of us who have never been anywhere. All right. So do that research. You have the internet. Do that research first before you make that move.
Okay. Is that something that you may consider in the future, like starting your own I don't know what you call it, like a travel group or something like that, where you're
We're working on it. The website will be ready probably this month ending. So it's something that we're working on it. I'm actually trying to organize all the people that we've interviewed so that we're gonna have a travel group. They come to Africa and they come and meet people who are actually investing in the continent, and also people to take you around and all of that. So it's gonna be ready probably by the end of this month.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you for taking my question. That's all. Thank you.
No, thank you so much. Thank you for joining the Progressive Mind Show. This is what we do. We in Chicago are trying to also connect with, we're kind of trying to connect the diaspora to Africa. So what my brother is doing is just something we love. So we reached out and we said, look, we're trying to go back. We're trying to see what we can do to connect back home, and you trying to do the same thing. So let's join forces, you know, to keep to get this vision going. So I am really glad that you called to contribute. There was more to come on the Progressive Mind Show regarding this conversation.
All right, thank you, Alinko. Okay, bye.
My pleasure. My pleasure.
Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you so much for calling. Bye. And we will give that phone number out. I don't know if you have a caller already. Another caller, Brother Artemus, are you calling to the show? Okay, can you ring 815-277-5047? Sure, let me do that right now. 815-277-5047. Okay, thank you. And I know a lot of people. A lot of people are trying to get the number. I didn't want to give it up, but now that we're here, 815-277-5047. We might just end up having a show just for callers, you know, because because you're that famous. The whole world knows you.
It's all right.
It's good that we're talking about your background, because all those loved ones I think they're appreciating, you know, the story you were sharing regarding your background and how you got here. Did you ever dream whilst going to school, trying to be an engineer, your parents wanting you to be there? Did you ever dream that you will be on this path one day?
Not at all. Not at all. I still believe that this is a calling, because I never imagined myself, carrying this huge load on my head, because to be honest, this is a huge load. I didn't even know what I'm getting myself into. I had a passion for it, and the passion led me to where I am today. And sometimes when I sit back, I'm like, God, why me? You know, but I believe that God has his own purpose of, making me choose this path. So yeah, it's for me, it's God's calling, and I keep moving till we get to the end.
That when you say, look, bro, when you say when you ask yourself, God, why me? One, when you said that you don't know why you find yourself on this path, and when you say that you had no idea you'd be on this path, those are the bells that keep ringing in my ear all the time. Okay, churning the cause and promoting the diaspora here is not easy because it's not the most popular topic or the most popular subject. Trying to connect Africans, Caribbeans, African Americans, and diaspora is not the most comfortable thing to do.
Yeah.
And like you, we all came here to go to grad school, chase the American dream, work in corporates, and that is what we're all doing. They never had a clue that I'll be here because personally, a lot of people don't know, I'm not the camera type of person. The people who know me, I don't like to be in front of a camera. But today I am here and I'm doing this. And so when you say that, it resonates. And that is why I connected with you, because I saw the spirit.
Yeah.
Similar spirit. And I'm glad that we're doing this today. And so you were in China. You said you had to flip burgers. You had to do all types of job to take you through school.
Exactly. So when I went to China, let me take you back a little bit.
Yeah, go ahead.
I wanted to go abroad so badly, but my dad did not have money. I got a scholarship to study in the UK, University of Greenwich, and out of frustration, when they refused me the visa, that's when I wanted to go to China. Even going to China, it was not my dad who bought my flight ticket; it was my uncle who paid for my flight ticket. My dad, I went to China 3 months, no school, because I didn't have the money to pay my fees, So I had to stay there without doing anything. So after 3 months, that is when I started my own course, and that is the aeronautical engineering. Don't forget that my dad gave me only 6 months of my fees. And the 6 months of my fees, don't forget that university is 4 years. So with that, I managed to do more, jobs that will help me pay my fees in China. I was once a teacher. In China, anybody who goes to China knows that teaching job is a big deal in China. You teach English to Chinese kids. I was once somebody who flipped burgers, and to be funny enough, the burgers that I was flipping, I was told to say that these burgers are made in Germany. So we're literally selling burgers that were made in China, and then we're meant to say that these burgers are made in Germany. So we'll be selling burgers and we'll be saying German burgers, and we have a lot of people buying our burgers because in China, if you tell them that these are made in China, they don't trust it. And at some point, I was also selling hot dogs. I was selling hot dogs, and then the hot dogs was also, we're meant to say that it's made in America, even though it was made in China. So we did all of that to survive. I think one of the jobs that I had that really helped me boost a lot was when I became a lecturer in my university, and that's actually helped me pay a lot of my fees, man. And this is what I did throughout my 4 years in school, and then I got out of school.
You mentioned something about how the Chinese will make you feel as though you are not human. I think you also did something. I don't know if it was you, but there was I think a YouTube content about a museum of black people. You want to share that?
Yeah. So living in China, it's difficult to live in China as an African. Sometimes I see that they've been curious about black people. There was an outrage of a museum where they compare black people with animals and all of that, which I think when they were commissioning it, they had some of our African ambassadors over there, and they never said anything about it. So I think people started going to the museum and they found out how can they be comparing Africans with animals. I spoke about it, and they took the museum down. I think I've done a lot in China in terms of even creating content just to clear misconception about Africans living in China. And China actually took a step in terms of changing all of that, because most of my videos that I do in China used to go viral. So
absolutely,
they take notice of that and they make the changes happen.
So what bogs my mind is that if China is this, the perception is that it's of course it's a communist society, and again they are perceived to be racist, just like if anything you said is something, if what you said is something to go by, there is that perception because they act like it, and they have a strict system. They have internet censorship, right?
Yeah, true.
Okay, if all these things, if there are all these challenges, how then are you able to create these content speaking to these negative things, and they're not doing nothing to you? They just allow you to keep doing it. How is that?
Sometimes you have to stay balanced. If I say stay balanced, you don't go too negative. You have to be supporting them. That was the smart move, though. So maybe some people in China, when I was in China, some people thought I was a coon. Some people thought I'm that guy who support China. But I was that guy who was trying to send up a message in a positive way. So I was not extremely negative. I was trying to send out a message, and at the end of the message, I will explain in a way that you will know that I'm hurt. If it were to be you, you're definitely gonna be hurt too. So they didn't see that, they didn't see the angle that I was coming from, because for me, I was preparing myself to leave. So I was always trying to send a message across.
Right.
It came to a time that I think I was in my room when police came, based on a video that I did. It was kind of scary a little bit. What can they do? Just give a warning that you can't do this, and I'm like, you know what? Okay, next time we're gonna do it better. So it's a country. It's not a free world, but you have to know your locations and what to do and what not to do at the same time. So I lived in China. I did most of my controversial vlogs. I mean, in China they used to call me a controversial vlogger. I did all my controversies and all of that, but I was always conscious. Not extremely negative, but you say something, send a message, and try to be a little bit positive, and you're good to go.
Did you have a support system in China? No,
never.
Okay, so it was just you in China, just you alone.
That's it.
Was there like a Ghanaian community, Ghanaian embassy, consulate, something that you could reach out to if you felt threatened or felt unsafe or needed help?
Man, I don't know if I have to say this, but we have a consulate and everything. But like I said, African embassies all over the world are not strong. It's the truth, and that's it. I mean, if anything happens to you, you can't go and complain to them for them to solve it. There's nothing they can do, because even the time that they use Africa, they were comparing Africans to animals in China. Ambassadors were there when they were commissioning it.
Jeez.
So what can they do now? They were there. They were part of the commission, whatever. They were all there, and they couldn't do anything.
So now you are in China. You're going to school. You become a lecturer in your university. What were you teaching?
I was teaching calculus, man. I was a very good mathematician, so I was teaching calculus.
You are still a very good mathematician. You just don't practice it. You just don't use it.
I just don't practice it. Yeah, I just don't practice it. But the thing is, I was teaching calculus, and I had like a pilot student, because I did aeronautics. So for the pilot student in my school, they were also preparing to go to the USA. So you have to do how do you call it, English practice with them also. So these are the students that I had. I had different kind of student that I was teaching every time in school.
Okay. Great point. So you're still watching the Progressive Mind Show. This is the Finding the Balance episode. Every Wednesday, we're here from 6 to 8 p.m. CST. Sundays, 2 to 4 p.m. CST, 7 to 9 Ghana, 8 to 10 Nigeria time. This is where we're trying to connect the diaspora. So feel free to subscribe to our channel as you're watching on the Progressive Minds page on Facebook and on YouTube. We're talking to the most famous YouTuber in Africa, and he's also the biggest in Ghana and the richest. Now, as for the richest, I don't know about that one.
You made me laugh, man.
Bro, why did you laugh at that? Why are you laughing? I mean, rich.
I mean, I receive it in Jesus' name. Amen.
True. Look. Speaking of religion, I mean, we just will touch on that. You're a Christian.
Exactly.
Okay, and maybe a quick sentence to what everybody, not everybody, all this conversation about religion and or Christianity to be specific, being the problem of Africa's demise. What would you want to say to that quickly?
I think that's a tough question to
I know
answer.
it's not for the YouTuber. It's for the politician.
No. I mean, I
No, I'm just joking. Yeah, but yeah.
I would say that you know, the way we worship God in Africa, sometimes I feel like people are taking advantage of it because most of us don't even read our Bibles. So, I mean, we all believe in miracles instead of believing in the word of God. I mean, so many of us don't even believe in salvation messages again. All of us believe in miracles. You know why? Because of poverty. Yeah. You know, poverty is making a lot of pastors take advantage of what? Africans. You see, you might believe in whatever you want to believe in, but what I have seen, what I have heard, what God has done for me, I don't know who on earth will ever convince me that God does not exist, but maybe Jesus is not real or whatever. I mean, people can choose to. I'm not gonna tell people that don't believe in whatever. Oh God, I mean, I've had so many people telling me that the white people brought
Christianity, religion, yeah.
Exactly. Which sometimes I go to what do you call it? I think the first time I went to Cape Coast Castle, where the dungeon was just down here and then the church was on top. It makes you feel like, whoa, they did this to our people. Why are you still? But I'll say this again: what I have seen, what I have experienced, what I have been through. I mean, nobody can tell me not to believe in what I believe in. Gotcha. We can all be on the same platform, whatever I talk about, but my faith is my faith.
Got you. I got you. No, I think that's an excellent point that you made when it comes to how people use religion, how people use the name Jesus, right? People have used it in different ways, good and bad. And you also made an excellent point, which I agree, which is what I agree to. It is the fact that poverty is one of the main reasons why most people just tend. It seems as though they're just flocking to people who call themselves, men of God or religious leaders, right? Exactly. Because when all efforts fail for your basic needs to be met, the only thing you are left, your last resort is you are looking for some miracle.
Exactly.
You're looking for something to happen. And where can a miracle come from? Miracles don't happen by science. Miracle happens by divinity or by spirituality. So people are running around looking for it. And I tell people that if most African leaders begin to do what they're supposed to do for the people of Africa, if there are jobs, people are not going to go be in church 24/7.
Thank you.
People are not going to be trying to go to church Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all
Sunday to Sunday.
Because they have to work.
That's what I'm saying. It's all boils down to poverty.
That's it. Because you've traveled in the diaspora, like you're working nights or afternoon, or the country does not sleep. The industry doesn't shut down.
Exactly.
So people don't have time to be looking for all types of miracles when they can provide for their basic needs, right? You work, you get paid, and you can find food to eat. But if you can't find food to feed yourself, and there's nobody else that can help you in your economy, or your politicians are not providing the means, you want to find something, because you're human, you have to survive. So the survivor's instinct kicks in, and you want some type of miracle. And this is where most of our leaders, most of the religious leaders or people tend, because they know the power in the name of Jesus, they know the power in the name of Muhammad, they know the power in the name of all other type of religions, and they use it as a bait to destroy lives and to take advantage of people and to manipulate people. So, well, thanks for sharing it. For me too, personally, what God has done for me, what Jesus has done for me as a young man growing in Ghana up until this point, everybody can believe theirs, but I believe mine, which is Jesus.
Thank you. And that's what I keep on telling people, man. I mean, especially when you travel abroad and you see how things are getting better around you, you can easily forget where you're coming from.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. This is a problem of so many diasporas. I had friends that were coming home, coming from Ghana and all of that. They all lost their faith, you know, because when they came, they realized that everything is around them, and they think that, okay, I mean, why should I have to believe in this, you know, because it doesn't bring any food on the table.
Yeah.
But let me tell you something. I know what I've been through. I know what I've seen. It's not like somebody's telling me, you know, I have experienced it myself.
So you being this great man, I mean, you've obviously made it, and nobody can dispute that. Can you share one or two moments in your life where you can say that, look, had it not been for God, or had it not been for Jesus that you believe in, you wouldn't have made it through those situations?
Let me tell you something. This is something that I've never told anyone and never said anywhere.
And again, to our audience, I just want to clarify: this is not a sermon day.
Not a sermon. But I'll tell you something.
Yeah.
When I left Ghana to China for the first time, I was more like a baby. I didn't know anything. Don't forget that was my first time of leaving Ghana. I landed in China. I bought a ticket that I was supposed to go to my city. It's called Shenyang, which is in the northern part of China.
Okay.
Can you believe that when I was buying the ticket, I bought a wrong ticket? In China, we have the same way. So I was supposed to go to Shenyang, but the ticket that I bought took me to Shenyang.
Okay, so there's Shenyang and Shenyang.
There is Shenyang and then Shenyang.
Okay.
The ticket took me to Shenyang, which is in the western part of China.
Okay.
Right? How did I manage to get to Shenyang? I had no idea.
Right.
What I saw was I just got lost, man. I mean, you get lost in spirit. I don't know how you guys call it. The next time I woke up in the morning in my dormitory in Shenyang.
Wow.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
I said what you're saying. Your ticket took you to one part of the town which you were not which you did not intend.
Exactly.
You slept, and when you woke up, you were at where you intended to be.
Exactly. I didn't know how I booked my flight ticket. I didn't know how I landed at the airport. I didn't know how I got to the school. I didn't know how I got to the dormitory.
Wow.
All right.
Yeah.
I just woke up from my bed. I'm in school. That's it. Then I started asking my questions, my roommates, the people who brought me to the room, and they were telling me that have you learned Chinese before? I'm like, no. Okay. Have you learned Chinese before? I told them, brother, I don't speak Chinese, man. My roommate was like, when I came here, I was speaking Chinese even with the Chinese people that I was speaking Chinese, man.
You were speaking Chinese without even you learning it.
I've never spoken Chinese before. That was my first time. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I'm telling you stuff that I've never discussed anywhere. Or I called my dad the next morning, and then I asked my dad, like, this is what happened to me. He started laughing. You know, my dad started laughing at me. And my mom, I mean, I didn't even know how to explain to you guys, but my mom just told me, you know, when they got to know that I'm lost, because they were trying to reach out to me. It was my first time of traveling. They couldn't do anything. They just prayed and told God to take control. That's it.
Wow.
How I managed to get to my destinations and everything, I didn't know. So that's what I'm telling you. My teachers were telling me that, yo, have you learned Chinese before? Last night you were speaking Chinese. The next morning, I couldn't remember anything.
Wow.
I've never said this anywhere.
Wow.
So with all this experience, and somebody come and tell me that, oh, okay, whatever you watch, there's nothing you can tell. My mind is made up. I mean, I've met people who have learned a lot. There are people who will tell me point blank that God does not exist. It's a fairy tale. There's a supernatural. I hang out with these people, but let me tell you something. I know what I've seen. I know what I've experienced. I know what God can do. So there's nothing you can tell me. Let's just focus on my message that I'm preaching. But when it comes to my faith,
Yeah.
I don't think something will convince me. Never.
Right. No, thank you for sharing, and then we'll move on. But I just want to ask last question.
Feel free.
Before this episode happened, did you pray before embarking on the journey, or
No?
Like
I said, I didn't know anything.
I got you.
It was my parents.
Okay.
It was my both parents. When I got lost, my mom literally fainted. Okay, my mom fainted in Ghana because they thought that I'm lost. So I'm telling you that I'm coming from a very Christian home. I was born. My dad is even a man of God, so I know what I'm saying. So like they both of them just started praying, and they just told God to take over, and that is what I'm telling you.
And then they found you, and then you just appeared from nowhere, and you were speaking.
I bought, according to my lectures, I bought my tickets. I spoke to them. I landed, took car, went to my university, and then to my dormitory.
Wow.
I'm telling you this. That's it.
No, thank you so much for sharing. We have a caller. Let's take this caller, and we can continue the conversation. Caller, please tell us why you're calling and your name. Hello. Yes, we can barely hear you. No, it's very faint. Hello. Okay, you want to try again because we can barely hear you. Now, I'd like to say that this is a community building show. We come here, we share ideas, we try to do as much as we can to leave a positive impact in our society. It's a place to dialogue. So when you come on and someone and you don't believe in what anyone is sharing, be respectful about it, share your opposing opinion, and let's leave it at that. At the end of the day, we can't change anyone's mind, or you can only share opinions and hope that we can create enough awareness about things that we think that matter to us. So we ask that we all be civil and be very respectful of our comments and our opinions when we want to share them. We're still talking to Wode Maya. Wode Maya, so now you have a lot of experience, but let's talk about Africa.
Yeah.
You've traveled, apart from China, I mean, where else have you been when it comes to the West? I know you've done a lot of traveling in Africa. We'll come to that. But in the West, where else have you been?
I've not been anywhere, Okay. I think the only country I was in Singapore.
Singapore. Okay. That's it. Okay. And we have a question. Sorry, we have a caller. Please tell us your name and why you're calling. Singapore. Okay. Okay. And we have a question. Sorry, we have a caller. Please tell us your name and why you're calling.
Hello?
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah, tell Kobe that you forget one testimony to say.
Yeah.
Okay, what is that testimony? Hello.
Yeah, he missed the flight. The flight crash.
Okay. Thank you.
I remember that story.
Yeah, thank you about that. Thanks for reminding me about that.
All right. Okay, please go ahead. You want to respond? You want to respond to that, Wade?
Yeah.
No. Now, would that be the only comment you wanted to make today?
Yeah.
Caller.
Would that be the only comment you wanted to make today?
Yeah.
Okay. What's your name again, please?
I'm Pakwesi.
Pakwesi, thank you so much. And where are you calling from?
Yeah. What's your name again, please?
Pakwesi, calling from Manchester.
Okay. I hope you're a Manchester fan. I hope you're a Man U fan.
So funny.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
All right.
You should be a Chelsea fan, man. But thanks for calling. All right, go ahead. Go ahead and respond to that.
So I think he's talking about the day that I got so furious because I was I was not allowed to fly. Like I was deported from Uganda. So they made me miss a flight that I was supposed to catch, and that flight actually had a plane crash. So that's what he's talking about. Yeah, that's the
Wow.
Ethiopian airline. Yeah, 2009, 2018 or 2019. One of them.
Oh wait, that
Yeah.
Ethiopia airline that crashed, you were supposed to have been on that flight?
Yeah, I was going to Kenya to see my girlfriend, but I got deported from Uganda, so I couldn't go. So I have to. They told me that it's either I go to Ghana or I go to a country that I'm coming from. So I ended up going to Rwanda because I was in Rwanda. So I had to change my whole plans of flying again, and the flight crashed.
Why were you deported?
I was deported because I had a camera like this one in my hand, and they were like, "Okay, you came to spy on the president," and I almost checked in my flight, you know. And these guys are like, "Why are you using this kind of cameras in here? Are you what do you call it, a spy or something like that?" And they said, "You're not gonna allow me to fly." I mean, it became a whole problem at the airport. So they took me to a room to interrogate me. I got there. The man who's supposed to interrogate me is actually a fan. So he just came and shouted, "Hey, what am I? It's good to see you here. What are you doing here?" And he told them that you guys don't know this guy. And then they allowed me to go. But already the damage has been caused. They told me to stay in the country for a night and then leave the next day because they've already stamped the deportation and all of that. So the next day, instead of me going to Ghana, I just told them that I want to go to Rwanda because that was where I came from.
Okay.
And yeah,
for the benefit of our audience, we would like to let I understand that you're not too well. You fell ill last minute to this interview, but you really wanted to honor it. So at any point, please alert us in the private chat if your health is not permitting you to.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
All right. Thank you so much. This is the Progressive Mind Show, and Will, I'd like to say this specifically directly to you, that we understand your opinion, but this is our platform, and we ask you to show respect. If not, we'll just have to take you off this platform. Thank you so much for understanding, Will, and I know you know who I'm talking to. All right. So that said, you oh my gosh, like, so you were supposed to be on that Ethiopian plane crash.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why I always tell people that there's nothing that people can say to make me have a change of mind. I don't see what I'm doing is God's calling, so nobody can tell me God doesn't exist.
Wow.
I don't know who can tell me that.
Yeah.
That's the
kudos to you, man. So thank God you are alive, and you have, how many African countries have you visited so far?
21 countries now.
Okay. Which is your most favorite?
Rwanda, hands down.
Okay. Rwanda, because I think you did an episode where you were eating you were sitting in a gutter in Rwanda, and you were eating from the gutter.
Exactly.
That, I think that was the first time I'd seen you on YouTube, and that blew my mind. And I'm like, who is this guy? He is funny. First, seriously, I thought you were funny from the beginning, but then I started following you, and I saw the wisdom and the vision that you have.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that Rwanda video changed my life because I was coming straight from China. Time to start this project, and I never knew if I'm even gonna succeed because I was on a loan, man. So I collected a loan to do what I was doing. So I used loan to buy all my 5 countries that I was supposed to go to. So what I did was, like, when I went to Rwanda, I mean, I was in a hurry to put more videos because I wanted to pay my bills, you know. So I bought food, and I saw a guy cleaning the gutter. The restaurant is actually close to the gutter. And I saw a guy cleaning the gutter, and I just approached him and asked him, "Why are you cleaning the gutter? The gutter is not dirty." You know, he's like, "Oh, that's my job. I'm supposed to do this every day. Anytime I see water passing through the gutter, I need to clean it. So there's water passing through. That's why I'm cleaning it." Then I went back to the restaurant, pick up my food, and came to sit in the gutter, and then started eating right there. And just to film my intro, just to tell people that in Rwanda, I mean, it's so clean to the extent that you can even sit in a gutter and eat. And I thought I was just creating content, but in the eyes of many, that was some craziness out there. So people were blown away, and believe me, I arrived in Rwanda on the 14th of February. I didn't even sleep because I know I had to pay a loan. I went out to film that video, came back to my room, edited that video, uploaded it, and then I dozed off. I didn't see the results or outcome. I woke up in the morning and the video was literally everywhere. So many missed calls on my phone. People were telling me, yo, we saw your video here and there. And then that was the end. That was when I realized that, you know what, I've made it.
You made it. You made it. You're here. You are right.
It was a breakthrough, man. It was really a breakthrough for me.
You said you borrowed money from where? Was the bank or?
No. So I had a Chinese friend in China because when I wanted to do this, I spoke to my African friends and no one was willing to support. So I spoke to my Chinese friend. We've known each other for 5 years, and I spoke to him that, yo, I know you are the only person who can come through for me, man, because I really want to do this. So we used the credit card. Credit card, yeah. We used a credit card, and we collected a loan of $5,000. I was not in need of that amount of money.
From where? Is it in US or in China?
US dollars, $5,000.
From where? Was that in China or that was in Africa?
In China.
In China. So you took that loan from in China. Okay. So he gave you $5,000 credit.
We just used the money to purchase tickets. And I never knew that even traveling in Africa was that expensive. I didn't know. I wanted to travel Africa to promote Africa in a positive way. So he told me that, yo, if we buy all this ticket, it's going to cost $5,000. And that time I was making maybe probably $900 to $1,000 a month on YouTube. So I didn't know how. Then I asked him what is the maximum time that we need to pay the money? He's like 3 months. I'm like, I can do it. So when I moved to Africa, it was just content after content after content.
Yeah.
So we gave him the money and then we used it for the right purpose. And after Rwanda, I paid the loan.
Wow. You said that at some point you said you tried to get $1. You tried to borrow $1 from some friend that you didn't get. Can you?
Nobody gave me. And they were not even giving me, but they were actually saying so many things that
negative things.
It was terrible,
you mean from your African friends?
Yeah. I still have screenshots. I think I even posted some of them on my Instagram recently when they were telling me that they don't support trips like this. They only support philanthropic work, and me going to Africa to show Africa to the world, it's not a philanthropic work. And they said no. Some people are saying call UN. If you want to do some promote Africa, call UN, call the AU, a whole lot. But
so would you say that scene that you saw, that museum that portrayed Africa or that likened Africans or black people to monkeys and animals and stuff, would you say that is what kind of pushed you to say that, you know what, I want to start promoting Africa? Because that's not
it was not just that.
No.
I was just tired of seeing people look down upon Africans. I was just tired. Seeing people look down upon Africans, and also if you're in China and you tell people that you're from Africa, people don't respect you. So I just wanted to change that narrative, and that's what really inspired me.
Good. Now, so you made it clear, but I just want to confirm something. Was it just that reputation that reputation you just talked about, that negative reputation? Was it just towards Africans or black people in general?
Towards black people, but if you're coming from America, you're good in China.
Yeah.
If you're Black American, you're good in China, to the extent that most of the Africans living in China were saying that they're from America. I was once like that. Thanks to Kobe Bryant, thanks to Obama, thanks to some key black people doing fantastic in USA, most of us had to say that we are from America, Canada, just for us to eat. I was once like I told you, I was selling burgers, and I have to say that the burgers are made in China. I made in Germany. Yeah. I was selling the hot dog, and I was supposed to say that the hot dog is made in America. I was teaching English, and I had to say that I'm from Canada. It's crazy. So I think black people from America are good in China, not the Africans.
Yeah. So you started this. So you got your breakthrough from the Rwanda story, and you saying that Rwanda. So definitely that Rwanda. Of course, it makes sense that Rwanda will be your favorite country in the 21 countries that you've visited so far. And
Not that.
Mhm.
Not just that.
Okay, go ahead.
To see an African country progressing this way
Mm.
made me love Rwanda.
People say that the president is autocratic somewhat. Some people are tooting that around. What you observed with the political climate?
Democracy is not happening in Africa.
Can you say that again?
Democracy is not helping Africa.
Mm.
We are taking advantage of democracy to take advantage of our own people. Because you can't tell me that you come to power 4 years, this person does something, and then you come to, when you lose, the next president that will come, don't continue where the previous government left. It's not building a country, it's actually destroying the country. So I'm not, it's hard to talk about these things, but I personally believe that democracy is not helping Africans.
But you say that in Rwanda, do you get the sense of the people feeling oppressed, or do you think that they are happy to see their development, they have jobs, the system is working, basically? Is that the sense that you get in Rwanda?
I mean the sense that I get whenever I'm in Rwanda is like there's nothing like tribalism in the country, which it makes the people ready to work together as one.
Oh my God.
So far as you have all the infrastructures, people are getting jobs, there are factories that are in there, not too much churches like the way we have so many churches in this part of the world. I mean, the system works, I mean, that's what I want to see the entire Africa doing. I mean, we need people who care about their countries. We need selfless leaders. We need patriotic leaders to rule the continent.
Right.
And no one is perfect.
Yeah.
This is what people need to understand. I mean, I have lived in China, and the whole China system is what? A communist party. You cannot say that the people are happy, but the country is developing.
Yeah.
And the people are enjoying the benefits.
Absolutely.
So I believe that I might not be the right person to have such a great knowledge in terms of democracy and autocracy and all of that. But I believe that Africa don't deserve democracy.
No, that is from a man who has traveled to 21 countries. He's spoken to the people, both locally and at high level. He's covered stories upon stories upon stories. Which one would you say? Now, you said something very interesting, Pra, and I wanted to ask you, but it kind of skipped me. You said whilst you were transitioning to Rwanda or something, you were going to see your girlfriend. What's the name of that girlfriend?
Do I have to say that in here?
Yeah, I'm not sure. You want to know who?
Yeah, so
yeah.
My girlfriend is actually on YouTube too. So I don't, maybe let me tell you her real name, the name that nobody knows. So
okay.
My girlfriend is called Arino.
Arino, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Trudy Awino, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, on YouTube, everybody know her to be Miss Trudy.
Miss Trudy,
yeah.
Okay. And she's from Rwanda?
No, from Kenya.
From Kenya. Wow.
Yeah.
One would think why,
Kwame Nkrumah. We're trying to Kwame Nkrumah's legacy.
So on this show, we're going to be doing a show called Intercultural Relationships and Marriages, okay? Because it's one of the things, tribalism is big in Ghana and in other parts of Africa. One would ask, why is he not picking a wife or a girlfriend? Why is not dating a Ghanaian? Is there any particular reason, or it just so happens that whilst we're traveling, you fell in love?
Yeah, I was just traveling and it happened. But at some point in time, I felt like it's one of the best things I've ever done in terms of connecting Africans all over. Because, I mean, for us being together, I've seen so many positive impacts. I'm seeing Ghanaians going to Kenya, Kenyans coming to Ghana. Literally, it's bringing the West and the South, the West and the Eastern Africans together, man.
No, you are not only connecting Africa through YouTube, but you are connecting it physically. I see. So I am sure that if we were back in the days where polygamy was popular and was allowed, you probably have one in.
You know, even when I started my project,
Uh-huh.
you can even watch my old videos. I said I want to marry 54 women.
you want to have a representative everywhere.
Exactly, but
like
my girlfriend was not comfortable with that, so I had to stop saying that.
But I'm sure you get love from all. How you able to cope, man, with all the attention you get? You've interviewed. I've seen you with some beautiful South African ladies. I think you Ethiopian women, Sudanese, like all this attention. How are you able to manage and stay focused and disciplined? Because you should be having like 20 kids by now, maybe. Every country, 21 countries. So every country.
I feel like it's all about self-discipline.
Okay.
Know what you want and what you intend to achieve. Because believe me, as much as women are so beautiful and they are everywhere, I mean, they can also, prevent you from achieving what you want to achieve. You know. So I'm more focused when I'm traveling. Yeah, I am that guy who hang out with everyone.
Yeah.
But just a free mind. Just hang out, have fun, and continue the journey.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. We're talking to Wode Maya. He is the biggest YouTuber in Ghana. He's the most influential, most social media influencer for me, in my opinion. And you can look up. I mean, it's not just me. Everybody's saying it. You know, he's sensational, phenomenal, a young man with such a huge vision. He truly is living that genealogy of the late Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, who also comes from that part of the country, right? He's also from the West, right?
Yeah, the Western region.
Yeah. Who knows? He's probably your great grandfather. No, but you are living it. You know, Kwame Nkrumah did something similar, but you doing it in your own way. And when you say that you believe that God has called you to do this, I see it and I believe it because I can relate. I can relate for being a very intelligent man, because aeronautical engineer, you could be working for NASA, man. Like literally, you could be working anywhere, making extreme money, and probably be millions, worth millions now, and have your families all taken care of. But you've taken this path, which is very respectable. We want to take a quick quick break. When we come back, the conversation with Wode Maya would continue on the Progressive Mind Show. If you're watching us on Facebook and on YouTube, we encourage you to share whilst we take this short break. Welcome back to the Progressive Mind Show. This is where we build our community by engaging you and I on important topics, pertinent issues that are very dear to ourselves and our community at large. So we encourage you to join us every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. CST and on Sundays 2 to 4 p.m. CST, 7 to 9 GMT, that is Ghana, and 8 to 10 Nigeria. Of course, we have Wednesday 6 to 8 p.m., which is 11 p.m. in Ghana. We want to, if you are following the show and want to call, share idea or comment, encourage Wode for what he's doing, you can call it. The number is 815-277-5047. 815-277-5047. My brother, Dr. Wode, Dr. Artemus Gay. Dr. Artemus Gay. I don't know if you were not able to get in, but I know you wanted to make a very important point. So, Dr. Artemus Gay, if you're still watching, the number is 815-277-5047. You can call in and share your opinion. Okay, Wode is back in the studio. We're going to go straight to him. You can also send us a message on our Facebook page and YouTube. Leave a comment or recommendation. Feel free to express your view, but just be respectful, because this is where we encourage that here. This is a positive community building platform, so we just want to encourage that. You can also visit our website, thepmsshow.com. thepmsshow.com. Subscribe to the channel, because there's a lot of these type of conversations and interactions that is going to be coming on this platform. This is what we've been trying to do for the past years, and we are glad that we have the chance to be doing this with the sensational Wode Maya. And so back to the show. So, bro, you have been. Let's take a few comments. I think that it's only fair that we take a few comments, and you all should say a prayer for our brother Wode Maya. He's just felt ill just today. Okay, before he got on the show. Yes, I mean, he's smiling, but he's trying to stay strong for the love he has for you all, for you all, and so he made it. But so please, just keep a prayer for him. Send a prayer up for him. The conversation is not about religion, so don't go there. Everybody has the freedom to choose what to believe. If Wode chooses to believe in Jesus Christ, what is the problem? And I think that is a response to my brother. Okay, so yeah, that's my brother's point. That is a response to Will. This one is okay. I think Will, your point has been made. Wode Maya, you are my inspiration, from Kathy Blessing. This one is from, okay, I think we've had it. Yeah, same guy. Yeah, he's excited. We are excited too, bro. We got you. We got you, bro.
I understand.
Jose Long says decades of colonization has done damage to the African psyche. That's making unity of spirit and effort a real challenge. Any thoughts? Wade, I think this one is something I would like you to respond to, but let me go through a few ones. We Kenyans love Miss Trudy and Wode Maya. Okay, so there's a big love story going on in Kenya, Ghana. Yeah, we're looking forward to when the wedding is, coming on. So I think that'll be an international wedding where presidents will be attending. You met, how many presidents have you met so far?
No, yeah. I mean, I've met former head of states, but not
real. Okay, not sitting presidents. Okay,
yeah,
how many former presidents?
Yeah, former president. I think I met one, J. Akufo.
J. Akufo. Okay, and you had a conversation with him about the diaspora.
The diaspora, yeah.
I'd like you to share that, but let's see if we can get a few more comments. Love from Africa. Hopefully, you take a visit to my country and the rest of the continent. Or love from Eritrea. Or you've been to Ethiopia.
Yeah, but Eritrea, we need visa, and it's kind of complicated. The last time we were in Somalia, we were trying to enter Eritrea, but it was not possible. So that's why we're waiting for the best time. It's one of the countries that I really want to go, but we were not allowed the first time we make that time. So we're going to try again next time.
Look, this might be a trivial question, but we'll ask it anyway. Having seen a lot of women from across, the spectrum of Africa, at least, 21 countries, there is this argument that Ethiopian women, it's not even an argument, it looks obvious. It's a Ghanaian women, when you look on there's blogs about it, there's articles about it, most beautiful women in Ghana, whatever, Africa. From your own experience, would you follow the argument for Ethiopian women being very beautiful?
It's hands down, and I'll go for Ethiopia. I'll go for Ethiopia, Swaziland, South Africa, Namibia,
Okay.
Rwanda, but
Okay.
Ethiopia takes the cup, man.
Wow.
Ethiopia and Eritrea, like Ethiopia and Eritrea,
Yeah.
you know, they take the cup. I've actually, I've dated an Ethiopian before, so I know what I'm talking about.
You know what you're talking about. You know the sweetness in what you're talking about. Yeah. Okay, so that was just by the way. Okay, all women are beautiful. So we just want to say that. Just want to say that. To me, God is a universal expression of the unknown for all living things. Christianity, Muslim, Judaism, etc., are all religions created by groups of people from different regions from different regions. Thank you so much for your opinion. And so we want to take
religion is a very touchy topic, and so anytime you touch it, yeah.
I know, bro. I know. Wode Maya, any plans to apply your aeronautical engineering degree in Africa or teaching?
Yeah. So right now it's so hard because I feel like there's more impact that I'm making than being an aeronautical engineer. But maybe someday I might set up a school or something. Even if I have money, maybe can buy planes in Africa and then employ people to work in there. But personally, being an aeronautical engineer in Africa, I don't think I'll be able to work for anybody again.
Yeah. You have to make your own planes. You have to, because there are so many YouTube content of African kids making helicopters and planes from scraps, right?
Yeah.
Talking about that. Look at Kantanka, okay? So it's not like Africans can do it. We can if with a little bit of support,
Yeah, the system is actually not supporting people like this.
Yeah. Ford, American Ford. They literally they got support from the government. They got support before Ford became Ford. Okay.
Yeah.
So African politicians need to support, local entrepreneurs and folks like, who. Let's leave that. Let's come back to the comments. Great show. Please, can you ask him what challenges he faced when he visited Gambia? Are these challenges African? You want to respond to that?
Yeah, I mean, in Gambia, we faced a lot of challenges. It's one of the countries that, I'm coming from West Africa. We didn't use plane, we're traveling by road. And then we just got there and these people are like, we need to pay for visa to enter the country. And visas are meant to be applied before you get there. And for me, I didn't need even a visa. So these people are like, you need to apply for visa, and they never allowed us until we paid the amount of money they were asking for. And then when we got there, the ferry has already left. We're supposed to use from the road, we have to use the ferry. The ferry has already left. And it was around 10, 11 o'clock p.m. So we had to sleep outside because it's like there's no hotel around that area. So we slept outside from 11 o'clock to the next morning. I think the next ferry start from 7 o'clock or something like that. So we had to stay outside till 7 o'clock before we're able to get into the country. We got into the country. They still seized our passport and all of that for us to pay some amount of money before we're allowed to enter the country. They said it's a registration something. I mean, it doesn't exist. We asked for receipts. They never gave us receipt. They said, no, this is how it is. And then we went to the country. I think when we were in the Gambia, we also had an issue of when we wanted to go back to Senegal. We thought, okay, we need another visa or something. And then we got there. They told us we have to pay another $100 each person. And we felt like, you know what, this is actually a scam. And we asked that, is there any way they can pay us? Is there any way we can get receipt for that? He said no. At the end of the day, they started slapping us and all of that at the place. I think, yeah, my camera guy got slapped. We had a lot of problems, There was a time that my camera guy also got slapped because he had dreadlocks in the Gambia. And we're going somewhere. They just pulled him up and then thought maybe he was a scammer or maybe a drug dealer or something because he was having a dreadlock. They just slapped him up, and then yeah, I mean, these are kind of
terrible experiences.
In Africa. Yeah.
Okay, there are so many comments, but let's touch on. You've done a lot of stories. Cultures. I saw the one with the Sudanese ladies, the crocodile, the people who live with crocodile in some village, some place in Africa, and all of that. So much. Which one would you say was your most touching and compelling story that you did?
I think I would say that when it comes to these stories, for the tribe one, I would say the South Sudan one.
Okay.
To see people living comfortably in their own way. I mean, when it comes to some of us who say this kind of life is primitive, right? Mm-hmm. But they don't see it that way. They actually living their best life to the extent that if you tell somebody to go and live in the city, they will tell you they won't go because they own a lot of cows over there. So I felt like, I'm being exposed, learning new things, because also some of us, we felt like, okay, these are our cultures, but some of us felt like these are not things that needs to be talked about. But when I got there, when I learned to live with them, I learned a lot. And believe me or not, there are more stories like this coming up, because that was my first ever video when it comes to the culture of the people of Africa. So because I didn't want to show things like that, because in my mind I thought those stories are negative until I got there and I realized that, you know what, they got more interesting story to share to the world.
Wow.
So that's why I think that was one of my most compelling stories, man.
You've also, thank you so much for sharing again. You've also done stories on African Americans doing all exploits in Africa.
Yeah,
please,
exactly.
Give us an insight to what you have learned from interviewing. First of all, how many have you encountered and spoken to that are doing so well in Africa in general?
I think I've spoken to a lot of people, but personally I get so excited when I see African Americans or people from the diaspora doing something in Africa, because that is my message. A lot of us, when we go abroad, we get so comfortable to the extent that we don't look back home. So when I see people look back home, especially African Americans who have no trace that, okay, they don't know anybody here, right? They came, they tried it out, and it worked. So I get so excited to share their stories. You won't believe that there are people building estates. There are African Americans. There are people building hospitals in Ghana. There are African Americans. It's just an amazing feeling knowing that people are tracing back their roots to help build the continent. That's so beautiful, man.
What are the challenges that they share with you?
The challenges are like, trying to work with Africans. There is a gap between the two. Sometimes they don't understand each other. The work ethics in America is different from the work ethics in Africa. So I think that those are the challenges that when I'm talking to them, I realize that they face. And also the system, they live in a system where everything is surrounding them, but here you have to go look for it.
Yeah,
and that's the thing that I think majority of the things that they face problems are just working with Africans, and also the system not helping them in terms of everything. You need to know somebody before you get it.
With your experience, with your work, you are a true ambassador of Africa, and you've spoken to people who are doing exploits. What is your gut feeling when it comes to Africans' opinion about African Americans, or even our knowledge about African Americans?
I have to say this. I didn't even know there is someone out there called an African American.
There you go.
I didn't know until I went to China. So many of us don't even know that we have brothers and sisters living in the diaspora because we're not taught in school.
Yeah.
You understand? I think a lot of people are actually learning from my videos, knowing that, oh, this guy is from America. Oh, wow, he's an African American. He traced back his root, knowing that he's from Africa. So sometimes I always tell people coming from the diaspora that when you come back here, give the people that you're working with some time to understand you. Because first, They don't know who you are.
Mm.
You understand? And always don't come here to try to force the system that you have in America on them, because they live in their own life before you came over.
Mm-hmm.
So you learn from each other to know how to move forward with whatever you're doing.
Mm.
You understand me? So
there was also the argument that maybe not in Africa, but in the diaspora, there is this perception that Africans have this, African Americans, of course, we have this rift, within the diaspora, but Africans have this notion of, let me not share it, but there is this rift going on within the diaspora when it comes to Africans and Caribbeans, African Americans. Have you heard about it? Or have you?
I've heard it.
Okay.
I've heard it.
You heard it.
That they don't like each other.
Yeah. Okay. And so these are some of the things that we want to work on. The relationship, the relationship that exists. Our relationship. Okay. The relationship within the diaspora is something we got to work on, because you are promoting Africa and you are encouraging the diaspora to come home to invest in Africa. I believe that if anyone can change the fortunes of Africa, it will be African Americans and the diasporans, period. What's your opinion to that?
No, I strongly believe that that's the truth. And it's just that we need to get the chance to educate ourselves so that we can understand each other and then make that move. Do you understand me? Because if we don't understand each other, the enemy might confuse all of us and we'll be stealing our resources, and we'll be out there complaining that, oh, we are the richest continent in the world. But both of you are fighting each other and the enemy is stealing. You won't even see the real enemy. So I believe that we should just scramble that gap between us, knowing that we are not one and all of that. Come together. Let's understand each other. I feel like it's just education that we all need. We need to sit down and talk, for us to, bridge the gap between us and work together as one. You see, when you go to China, the people who started building China are people from the diaspora. The Chinese people in the diaspora, they started going back home. Whatever they've learned, they went home to apply. People went to Japan, they went to Korea, came back, and then they started doing that copycat thing, and then they made things better. But this is a situation that for us, we are fighting each other. So how do we intend to come back here and then work together?
Quick response to this one. Now that actually, now that you are talking about repairing, wherever it has, repairing the relationship that exists in the diaspora, the damage that has been, caused by external factors and eternal ones. I wanted to mention this. Mpacho, what's Edin Akata?
Oh, Mate.
Okay. Yo, I said that I should make it tree. Edin Akata, what is here?
Mintiasio.
Okay. Africa for America has a any different yenuano. Ushe say din ushe asia like ukofani meaning na asia chere aboa. Yeah. Mashara na make no trim. Asia ne say aboa. Aboa no hu or won ring. Kramai is like kramai ana say ujramwa or won ring. Ode ye show we are kona kohwehwe. So what you say? Yes. Dia yenuanom yen African for how he came about no would they make it later offline. But and then had it from what Krumuasi. When you're talking about relationship, so all about relationship, this is some of the things that I was saying in the first place. You clear out. I almost say, almost whatever. But I didn't say, so what I say? There is no job I'll back of Filianas application. I'll say any be it for instance, states, county, federal institution, and I'll say application be you as an African, you will not identify yourself as a Black American because any category Africans for almost any category, almost any and everything is either you were Black or you were Latino or you're Caucasian or you're Asian. And we identify ourselves with them, but the problem is you criticize Edino. I from. Emma, I'm sure I said Ghana and BBR, from Ghana and Nigeria, from. And the truth of the matter is that I was saying who say as before, and as a Ghana for and Africa for. Sa Edino, I was saying scrapping out. Into Obia, we Ghana ni who used to say Edino. And ne Machawa says, I want to see us, I want to Nima. This is the meaning. Open Swa. Yeah, show me we are Google.
My future crowd, me.
So what you say? Aha.
Yeah.
Good. Ain't no. So when you enter, me person me can wo a brofu. So what you say? Yeah. Ain't Wode, whilst we are repairing the relationship, I was said we have to educate and not educate, but create a lot of awareness.
True.
Yeah, because community first of all, we have to be scrapping them out because we can build a relationship by by doing some of the things that we're doing.
True. And I think it will start from all of us.
Yeah.
We all need to, stop calling ourselves names and start working together as one.
Yeah.
That's the most important thing, man.
Absolutely. You were still watching the Progressive Mind show. We have a ton of comments coming through. Sometimes when you meet your fellow African, you want to speak, African dialect, so that's why I went. Someone says speak English. Yes, we've been speaking English the whole time. Our dialect is our first tongue, so let's try and let's try and speak it sometimes. Now, what's the name? I know you speak Mandarin too fluently.
Yeah, very well, man. You don't understand out of.
No, our listen. Some people may understand it. So you want to say maybe people should come and invest in Africa because there are a lot of opportunities, or inviting the diasporans to come and invest in Africa. You want to say that in Mandarin?
Hey.
Yes, it's fun.
I don't know, but I'm just gonna try. It's just that I don't remember the last time I used the word invest in Chinese, so it will be hard for me to use the word invest. Yeah, but I can say all of them. But the word invest is what I know how to say it in Chinese.
When you get there, just use the word invest.
Yeah. So wash again. So that you do show. Fejoshi womenda ja fejoshi womenda ja shang. So megaren ingai where fejo like invest in the continent, and let's make the continent great again. I couldn't switch again after using the word invest. So I said Africa is our home, Africa is our land, Africa belongs to us. So it's about time we all come back home and invest and then enjoy the piece of cake together, because it's sad. Let me tell you something. The Chinese people are coming here to invest. The Lebanese are coming to Africa to invest. Everyone is coming to Africa to invest except Africans.
Yeah, that's true.
Except Africans. So we need to change that narratives and stop complaining. I used to be one of those people who complains a lot. We complain a lot that things are not moving in Africa. But the people who are doing stuffs in their own way. So we should all get involved. Little by little. My only prayer is that someday the continent will have a leader who cares about the people and somebody who really want the best for the continent without thinking about his pocket. So let's keep doing what we can, play a role in whatever we can do as individual. And I hope and believe that someday when the system works, you will be part of the people who helped the system to work on the continent.
Brilliant point, my brother. Which part of the economy or of Africa do you think has a lot of opportunities if somebody wanted to go to Africa and invest? If diaspora want to go,
I would say that West Africa, we make the most noise, but we are the people that I think we sorry to say less developed.
Okay.
Based on where I've been to, I feel like the West Africa has a lot to do. When you go to countries like Liberia, Sierra Leone, I was in Togo. I feel like there are more to be done, you know. There are more to be done. I've
Yeah.
never been to so many countries, but the ones that I've been to, I think West Africa is lacking behind. But you know, when you are in different part of Africa, they respect us a lot. We coming from West Africa, but for me, I think we can do better. I mean, we've done a lot, but we can do better because I've been to Kenya. Kenya, the capital of Kenya, is so developed. If you've been to Dar es Salaam, Dar es Salaam is so developed, which is in Tanzania. If you've been to the East Africa is actually doing way better, man. I think the only country I was not that impressed was Uganda, but apart from that, all the countries in East Africa that I've been to is doing fantastically well. The Southern Africa is also doing very, very well, man.
Excellent point. And how about areas to invest in? Technology, agriculture, manufacturing, education.
I would say that Africa needs industrial revolution.
Okay.
So what we need most important on the continent is manufacturing. And also when it comes to technology, you see, these are things that nobody will tell you. When you are in Europe or you are in America, you realize that you can even sit in your room and get your food. You can sit in your food and get a cab. You can sit in your food and get a bicycle or whatever. These are the kind of things that it doesn't exist in here. So if you are living in Europe or living everywhere, you can come with these skills or this knowledge that you have, come and create it here. You know, Africa is still developing. So when you start anything new and then it shoots up, you'll be the future Dangote.
Right.
So all need to take advantage of this, man. You need to take advantage of this, man. I'm telling you guys, man. Whatever money that you have, you can even come and invest in agriculture, because most of us going to school don't want to be farmers, because we're told that being a farmer means you're a poor guy. So no one is investing in farming. Come and feed us, because you know that's why I said I love food over women, because you need food to survive. You need food to survive.
Great.
And people are doing it.
You know, excellent point. Let's take a few more comments from here. It says, well, I'm glad they speak the language which other Ghanaians who can't understand English can understand. What should be said, not just people who understand English can change things. Thank you so much for your comment. This is from that was from Icon 1983 Rim. Victoria says, hi, Maya, great job. This is from Trending. You are right about Uganda. This is Tracy. Tracy says, Maya, keep up your great work. You are a beautiful blessing to God's people. Thank you so much for this is, hey, Mabel, my cousin in Ghana. Togo is pathetic. Mabel's again says, yeah, good leadership we need in Africa. What do you call it? Mabel, I wanted to say that Ghana didn't do you well. You should have won Miss Ghana when you were much, much younger. She says they're very beautiful. My cousin is one of the most beautiful women in Ghana. So when you're talking about Ethiopian ladies, you know, look, Ghana women day, Ghana women, okay? Nigerian women too. So I know they'll be coming for you, bro. But let me say this, Emerson Kingston Gladys says, God bless you. Thank you for your comment. Here is Africa to the world, but we Africans dislike ourselves. So how is this going to work? Everyone thinks about themselves and family. Yeah, good point. I'm a Kenyan and I'm proud when I see you in Kenya. Are we proud of you making us? I'm sorry, that was me. We are proud of you making us to understand Africa better. Brilliant. And I'm still trying to learn Chi. Always nice to get to hear it. Thank you, Richmond. And he said, I love the sound of the language that's native to motherland. I just don't understand it. I am an African born in America. Thank you. And I think in the days to come, I mean, there are so many things that we can do. Maya is working on a tourism, kind of project where people can come from here and check out Ghana. I think we can work out a program where people can learn the language too. And I think one of the strategies is that when the people come, and you mentioned it, they live with indigents in Ghana, so that they can speak to them. They can pick up. Right. Maya, I know you're trying to stay up. I can tell that you know, yeah. Thank you so much for making the time and staying throughout the show. I pray that Black American and African are one. We just need to understand one another. This is from Kenyan German YouTuber. Thank you so much. There are a lot of YouTubers on the show today, because the king of YouTube, okay, in Africa is here. So it's understandable. Loving the local dialogue input. Do interpret to us as well. Yes, we would interpret it. My brother, you are Nigerian, Abi. There are the matter they talk. They say Africans. Would they use one word? They call it Makata. Where are the talk say? Make you yourself look up that name. What did they mean? And from that time, if you still want to use that word, call other people. If you want to use that word, address other people. Where it go good for you, then make it the continue doing. Because it's not just right that let's just respect each other. It's not, Tracy says, it's not only African countries that need to come together. It is very important that we as people come together, whether we are African or African Americans. We are one. These have been great points. Wode Maya, the name Wode Maya means "oh my God."
No.
Okay.
I am Maya means "oh my God."
Oh, Maya.
I am Maya.
Okay.
Yeah, I am Maya. But Wode Maya means my mom.
Oh, and it's Chinese.
It's not Mandarin. It's called it's a northeastern dialect. The Chinese where I lived. If you say Wode Maya, it means my mom. So yeah, just use that name for my mom supporting my YouTube ideas.
Oh, I was going to ask that. So when everybody did not really believe in what you were about to do, she was the only one that said, keep going.
Exactly. So when the channel started growing, I used to be called Ghana Baby.
Yeah.
That's why my Instagram is still Mr. Ghana Baby. So the channel started growing. I decided to change it and put my mom's name on it. Beautiful. So like literally my mom, something to celebrate my mom, man.
You recently, thank you so much for sharing. Mothers, man, God bless you all. God bless you all for everything you do. When you met with President Kufuor, you discussed the diaspora. And of course, it's on YouTube. People can check it out. It's a lengthy one. But now that you're on the show, can you, in a nutshell, tell us what you learned from that conversation with him?
I never knew the diaspora actually represent the CIS region of Africa.
There you
because go. Remember we have the north, south, east, west, and then the CIS region is actually the African in the diaspora. Absolutely. So it's something that I never knew, and I never knew that even there is an ambassadorial for the diaspora office in here. And I found that from His Excellency, and I actually went ahead to go and interview the ambassador over there. And recently, I just even found out that in the presidency of Ghana, we have the diaspora. Somebody who represents the director for the diaspora. I just found out recently in the president office. So these are the things that I learned from him because I didn't know. And when I found that, I educated myself and also educated my audience, man.
Now, when you met with and I know I've been following you, so I also know that you met with the director of diaspora within the president's cabinet, right?
Yeah.
The president of Ghana's. Yeah. That is, what were his what were his main challenges, and what were some of the opportunities that he had shared with you when it comes to the diaspora and Africa working together?
I think he also lived in the diaspora, so he knows the needs of the diaspora coming back home to invest in the continent. And he found out that I'm actually preaching that message. So he felt like, you know what, he needs to sit down and appreciate the work that I do. So basically, that's what we talked about. And I was in his office when there's so many diasporas who had problems in Africa coming to complain to him and all of that. So it's actually the official office for the diaspora. If you're coming to Ghana and then you have any problem in terms of like difficulties, how to, set up in your business.
System, basically.
This is the office that has been set up for everybody, but people don't know. Mm-hmm. Literally, he's also the main man who made it possible for the African Americans living in Ghana to have their citizenship.
Mm.
That is the man who made it possible. And from there, I think there's another batch that are coming up. So he thought, like, since all of them comes here and they say that they watch your videos, it's very important that you attend that event. So basically, that's what we're discussing.
Is he Ghanaian born in the diaspora, or he literally is an African American who has migrated there?
No, he's a Ghanaian. He's a Ghanaian born here.
Okay.
And then he was a Ghanaian born in Ghana, moved to the diaspora for over 30 years, and then he returned back to the motherland.
Okay.
But there is another office of the diaspora which belongs to an African American, and their ambassador is an African American. But this one I'm talking about is in the president office. Yeah.
Office. Okay. And there's a separate one that handles African American cases. And if it needs maybe a government intervention or a higher up intervention, then they go to this one, which is the president's office. What is his name?
Abebiom, Mr. Abebiom.
Mr. Abebiom. Okay. Great. Thank you. So now you covered one guy who is building, I think his goal is to build like 1 million apartments in the entire continent. Is it the entire continent or sub-Saharan Africa? You share that story with
Sub-Saharan Africa.
And he's Gambian, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You've interviewed a couple of millionaires, very, very well-to-do people. Have you interviewed? I am free. My name is Freedom or something. What his name is?
Nana Bediako.
Nana Bediako. Okay. Among all of this, people, who would you say has, apart from their wealth and their acumen for business, has the spirit or the passion for Pan-Africanism?
I think majority of the people that I've interviewed really have the passion for Pan-Africanism, especially the two people you mentioned. Nana Bediako is one guy who has the spirit of Pan-Africanism. I mean, I didn't even know him until I got close to him and I realized that this guy knows a lot, even more than me, in terms of when it comes to, because I've been telling people that I'm not a Pan-African, I just happen to find myself doing what I'm doing, you know what I mean? But there are people who have read, people who really understand what Pan-Africanism is, and I would say that Nana Bediako is one of them. And the man in the Gambia also believed that Africans need to start investing in Africa. So he is a Pan-Africanist, but his message is different in terms of telling Africans that you can make it in Africa. You can be a made in Africa product. So, which I think it also plays a role in Pan-Africanism, because I believe that Pan-Africanism is not always about talking and talking and talking. It's about actions. Let people see your actions. This is my problem with people who sit behind the PC and start talking in front of the camera, and then we see them to be the real Pan-Africanists. But I mean, I'm a young boy, so maybe I might not understand right now. Maybe in future I will understand that. But I believe that enough of the talking. We should start implementing the things that we talk about. Yeah. We've been talking for so long.
Have they shared? I'm sure they've all shared their challenges. What would you say is one underlying challenge that each time you talk to these change makers, transformational, I'll say entrepreneurs, I call them?
It's not support from the government.
Government.
Yeah.
No support.
No support from the government. In Ghana, Nigeria, wherever I went to, everybody complains about the government.
Do they also tell you how they're able to access funding?
Access funding, most of them started from scratch. Okay. You know what I mean? None of them started like businesses like the way it is right now. They all started from somewhere. Which, I mean, when you watch their videos, the videos that they tell you how they did it. You understand? There are people that I know, they never collected loans. There are people that I know, they also collected loans. There are people that their family supported them from day one. And there are people that use their school fees to start whatever they're doing. So, like I said, everything starts from somewhere. And where the funding coming from, I think it came from somewhere.
Absolutely. We've been watching Wode Maya on this episode, which is connecting the diaspora. and I think we have tried to touch on a couple of things, including his personal life, his relationship with Tracy, the beautiful Kenyan, Rwanda.
Hey, don't get me in trouble, Trudy,
No, right?
yeah?
Sorry, Trudy, and she's Rwandan, right?
No, from Kenya.
Kenya, okay. I don't know why I keep confusing Kenya and Rwanda. I think why is because those two countries are doing very well economically, and
Exactly.
so. Do you think that Ghana is probably losing the title, the gateway to Africa? We should probably give it to Rwanda.
Oh, we still have it.
We still have it.
In terms of peace, we have it, man.
Okay.
Nothing can be traded for peace, man. Ghana, we have peace, and
I think that's an excellent point. All these countries you've been to, I know that there are issues everywhere, here and there. So you will say that Ghana has that very calm atmosphere.
There's something that we have that no one can ever take from us. The freedom and peace that we have in our country.
Compared to other countries you've been to.
Compared to other African countries. I think no one can take that from us. And we are respected because of the man Kwame Nkrumah. And everybody, I always say that people should respect that man a lot, because I see him to be a prophet. I see him to be a seer, somebody who, I think whatever he said those days is happening right now. In whatever country you go to, people respect you because of him.
Absolutely. That's true. And you're very right. You're very right. So lastly, before we end the show this afternoon, evening, for those of you in Africa, what are the major projects coming? I know you're always making content, but what are some of the major ones coming out for you?
When it comes to content, we're supposed to release a video about Namibia today, but unfortunately we couldn't finish the editing. Right now there's a lot of expectations when you upload a video, so we just don't want to upload any other video just like that. So expect our Namibian content, and then as soon as we're done, we'll be heading to the Central Africa, that is the Congo, and then from Congo, our next trip will be something that we're working on, the 1 million subscribers, but we're not going to tell you guys because it's a secret. So yeah, that's what we're working on right now. When it comes to our personal project, the business aspect of Wode Maya, we'll be organizing a travel and tour to Africa, but literally this travel and tour is different. We said come and have an experience with the entrepreneurs on the grounds. So you come and then come and learn something, and also get to know, interact with them, and know what you can invest your money in Africa. I'm also starting my real estate. They're actually building right now. So as soon as they're done, I think my first 4 units, I need to sell it to my audience. So yeah, that is basically what we're working on at this very moment.
Why not? Why not? Why not? Wode Maya, you have to. Do you upload? I know you have a team now, but when you started uploading this video, do you go out to shoot these videos yourself? Did you start with shooting these videos yourself, editing them and posting, or you've always had a team working with you?
I used to do that by myself till I had 200,000 subscribers. And after 200,000 subscribers, I felt like there was a whole demand of content out there. So I decided to bring in people to help me out. So currently I have 2 guys that I travel with. I pay for flight ticket and everything for them to come with me wherever I go to, and their job is to shoot, and then they will edit. I'll check it out. I'll make all the changes in it, and then we'll put it out there.
You do all the editing yourself prior to you having this team?
Before? Yeah.
And
yeah.
Did you ever have to take a videographic class or editing, whatever?
No.
Okay.
Everything is on the internet. I mean, like YouTube is a whole lecture on its own. So I learned everything from YouTube. So
you self-taught, yourself into doing all of this before you started before you got
everything.
Wow. Okay. To our audience, we just want to thank you. The show has to come to an end. It's 5 minutes to 4 p.m. CST, and I am sure you've all enjoyed the show and learned something from it. I hope that it has impacted you in a very positive way. If you for those who have been trying to do it, there were a couple of calls that were coming through, but we had technical issues. Please pardon us. Show us your support on our website, theprogressivemindshow.com. My brother, Wode Maya, the champion of African promotion to the diaspora. Please, you have the last words to close us as the beautiful, this wonderful audience have tried to listen to you all this time. Please go ahead, give us your last words.
First of all, I want to say, Alinko, thank you so much for having me. You've made me open up today. I hardly do that, but actually, the kind of questions you asked me today really made me open to the people that really watch my videos. And to each and everyone who tuned in to listen to the annoying village boy, I want to say thank you so much for always coming here to listen to my annoying voice. That shows how much you all love and appreciate the work that I do. And I always want to say something. Yeah, Africa holds the future of the world, and I will keep on saying that you have to come back home, because Marcus Garvey was telling you all that we need to be on a ship and return back to the motherland. But he couldn't fulfill that dream. But maybe you can go and pick up Marcus Garvey's picture and then pick up my picture and put them together. You might see that the similarities between me and Marcus Garvey. So definitely, if Marcus Garvey couldn't achieve it, the annoying village boy is here to tell you guys that it's possible in Africa. Don't let anybody lie to you. I have a man in my room right now, and he always say that Africa is the rock of the world. As soon as we take off the rock, the entire continent, the rest of the continent will fall down. Absolutely. And don't forget that when Africa coughs, the entire world will catch cold. So be proud of where you're coming from. Be proud of the continent. Come back home and let's build Africa together. Thank you so much for watching.
Ayamaya. Wode Maya.
Ayamaya.
I love it when you say that. I always Ayamaya.
Let me give a big shout out to Orbiting News, man. Orbiting News. Yeah. How are you? Orbiting News. There's this girl here. She started a movement on YouTube of bringing my videos, on Instagram. But now she started and she was getting a lot of views, Now I'm seeing so many people creating channels in my name. Please, I'm so sorry. I hate to do this, man, but please stop creating new channels in the name of Wode Maya. You can create any channel you want. You can talk about me. I love to support everybody, but the brand Wode Maya, it means a lot to me, So please, stop replicating the names. You can create any other names. You can talk about me. I don't have any problem with that. But as soon as you start using the name Wode Maya, because there's some African Americans who came to Ghana recently. I did a video about them, and they were telling me that, oh, you uploaded our video. I'm like, me? How? And I went to check. It was just an Instagram live that I did. The person just recorded everything and uploaded it, So in the name of Wode Maya. So please just help me out. Help me out, because I'm here to help everybody. But you can do everything, but not the name. Thank you. No. A big shout out to you, man, for starting this trend.
No. Thank you, Wode. Thank you, Wode Maya. I was trying to look for my friend Black Jesus. He sent in a comment. I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. But Royal Black Jesus sent in a comment. Yeah, he was giving you a shout out. He was like, big up to you and for all the great work you're doing. He owns and runs Trend Africa TV here in Chicago, doing exports as well. So I just wanted to throw that out there. But Wode Maya, I am so, and I think your wish. Okay, so she says your wish is our command. He says, I'm fine, Wode Maya. We will not do that again.
No. It's an Orbiting News. I have no problem. I didn't say that. Don't use my stories or your name is Orbiting News. I have no problem with that. You get what I mean? I'm just saying that people should stop creating an account called Wode Maya.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Right. I'm not saying don't use my videos or anything like that. Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
Okay. So that's that. You heard it from him. The YouTube channel is The Progressive Mind Show. Okay, subscribe and click on the notification so that every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. CST and Sundays 2 to 4 p.m. CST, when we come with these topical issues, you can be part of the community building platform and process that we're trying to campaign on. We're trying to push. We're trying to promote. And so we want to thank you once again to this beautiful people that have joined us on this feed, and to the famous Wode Maya. Bro, thanks for your time and for what you do. We appreciate it. Get some rest. Wish you speedy recovery. I hope that you're able to get the right treatment. Maybe Trudy, right? I got the name correct this time?
You got the name correct, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Trudy knows what to do, you know, to get you back on your feet. So Trudy, thanks for keeping our guy solid and strong. Thanks for taking care of him. I know that you are the real reason why he's even going to greater heights, right? And I know that you guys are going to do exploits. Thank you again for being on the show. Check him out. Of course, those who of you have not subscribed to Wode Maya's channel yet, please, he got to get to that 1 million subscribers. Wait, okay. Let's push him. Let's make him make history. And you'll be the only one in Ghana to have done that, right?
Yeah, to be the first one.
Okay. Let's make that history happen, guys. Let's make it happen.
Definitely.
Well, on that note, to God be the glory. To God be the glory. Remember, to whom much is given, much is required. This has been Alinko, your favorite host with the Progressive Mind Show right here in Chicago. And we shall be coming your way next week, Wednesday. Coming Wednesday, we'll be talking about the situation going on in Haiti and in South Africa. Make a date with us. My brother, stay blessed. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.